Amendment 2, here we go. Limitation on property tax assessment. So I'm reading right from the sample ballot here. This is the language you will see in the ballot in the voting booth. Proposing an amendment to the state constitution to permanently retain provisions currently in effect which limit property tax assessment increases on specific non-homestead real property except for school district taxes to 10% each year. If approved, the amendment removes a scheduled repeal of such provisions in 2019 and shall take effect January 1st of 2019. And so this is addressing a previous initiative that is set to sunset.
Yeah, exactly. So this makes permanent what was a temporary reduction in property taxes for all the people who don't have the homestead one that we talked about in Amendment 1. So your rental properties, second homes, properties like that, now those get a property tax reduction that's locked in at 10%. To sort of balance things out with what the homesteaders get. So this won't affect rents per se. It means the owners of the apartment buildings and the rental houses will get a small property tax breaks, which should help keep rents down. It also it's also a small incentive to keep rental housing in the market, which is often a challenge in Florida. Having enough rental housing, it's certainly a problem in Sarasota. So it does provide a small incentive towards
Is there anyone saying not to do this? Because it seems like having some kind of cap on the property tax to make sure that the legislator doesn't come down and say, hey, we're going to institute a 30% property tax increase this year, because that would probably affect renters and everyone downstream to do something like that. So are we pretty much seeing unanimous approval to maintain this?
There's no formal opposition to this. Nobody's filed any arguments against. So yeah, I think it's pretty widely considered to be a reasonable measure. Okay.
So on instances like that, we won't take the full 5 minutes. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Anything else you think that's relevant to the second one here?
No, it's largely based on the fact that it's worked. So we did it, on a legislative temporary basis. It seems to be working. It's not having big effects on revenue, but it is helping the property owners who provide rental and vacation houses. So, if it works, keep it.
There you go. And this is another one without any kind of crazy catch-22. If you vote yes, you are voting to extend that amendment, to extend that 10% cap. If you're voting no, you're a Scrooge. I'm just kidding. But apparently that's what the trends are saying.
All right.
Okay, stop the clock and...